It's a new day, Noonan. Yes, it is. And I am the bearer of great news. I am frankincense and myrrh. What was it? Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. I forgot what the first thing was. And I think that's like the thing that's actually like the best of all the things is gold. Frankincense is like a smell or like an oil. And then myrrh, what is myrrh? Is it like a plant? How do you even spell it? Myrrh? That's Myrtle Beach. Myrrh, the Malaysian ringgit equals 0.25 United States dollars. I don't feel like that's what I'm looking for. Gold, frankincense, and okay, I spelled myrrh totally wrong. Let's see. Myrrh is a resin used as an anointing oil. Okay, and an embalming. So it's 2 oils and some money. All right, well, I am all 3 of those things. Not to say I am at all related to Jesus in any way. I am just things that, like if you knew you were going to go meet a magic superhero baby, you might bring me along to be like, oh, he'll make the baby laugh, at least. So I am something that would entertain a magic superhero baby. Not like the baby, but I would think that's not the first baby that anyone's ever brought, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. It's probably the first. It's probably not the only. I would think that since then, especially after the story came out about like Jesus and stuff, that other people have brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh to a baby being born. I'm sure someone's done it as like a joke. So I am not at all saying bring me to Jesus, but I'm saying bring me to superhero babies. So got out of that one, guys. Nothing to be offended of. Anyways, I am Noon and Time with Harold. Local news in a roundabout way. I run noonandtimewithharold.com, Noon and Time with Harold on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We have a Zazzle shop that's not very good. I don't know how to make merch. It's not a thing I have. So if you have the ability to be good at making merch, hit me up and be like, boy, your merch done trash and you need to get me on it, and I'll get you on it, and I'll give you a profit. You know what? If you help me design merch, I will give you, because currently I get anywhere from 5 to 10% of each, or 5 to 15% of each thing sold. I will give you the complete percentage. If you design the shirts for me, it's yours. I'll just give you the money just so I can see more people wearing the stuff. So anything you design, if it makes money, you can have it. Anyways, today we have a very, very important topic at hand. We are talking about the project sale data. I'm just kidding. We're not talking about that. Boring! We are talking about me, because it's been a while since it's just been me up on this old pirate ship. But now it's just me. It's another day of Harold just talking to you, just giving you the old rundown of things that I've got going on. But more importantly than anything, we are going to talk about Zodiac signs. I call them friends. I think they're friends, but I've been told before that Harold is masking, or I use Harold as an excuse to be certain ways that I'm not really in real life. But there are certain people that absolutely that is true for. But there are other people that when I talk to under whatever profile, under whatever account, I end up feeling comfortable and just talking to them and having a good time. And this person asked about my Zodiac sign, and I don't know what any of that means. And so we got into it, and I learned some things. Do I think it means anything at all? Like, if Zodiac sign was being born in a manger, would I bring it gold, frankincense, and myrrh? No, I probably wouldn't. But I am curious to entertain those of you who do care about those things. Now, before I tell you what my Zodiac sign is, I wanted to try to let the world guess. So what I have done is I have gone to BuzzFeed.com. We can guess your Zodiac sign based on these 12 questions. And I'm going to answer 12 questions. I will tell you what my answers are as we go along, and we will see if you listening or BuzzFeed are able to say what my Zodiac sign is. Then we'll talk a little bit about what this even means, what I agree, what I disagree with, and if you're not into Zodiac signs and you hate me, turn off now, because otherwise, oh baby, we're going to do this. And it's important to mention, I used to mention this all the time, and now I don't do it so much. If you would like to sponsor this podcast and have your brand identity attached to it, you can do that. Just message me, noonandtimewithharold@gmail.com, or call me, 678-877-90 70. Here we go. Astrology, as you know, can tell you everything you need to know about a person. Just kidding. Still, it's definitely fun to compare signs with your friends and see how compatible you are according to the stars. You obviously know your own sign, but can we figure it out based on how you answered these questions? Question number 1. What element do you feel the most connected to? The choices are water, air, fire, and earth. I'm not a big water guy. So, like, I'm legitimately afraid of, if I go in the ocean and my feet aren't touching, I'm done. It's like, I'm out of there. As far as fire goes, like, I understand the need for it, but in air, I'm not, like, when people post photos and they're like, wow, look how beautiful the sky is, I kind of roll my eyes a little bit. But the earth, love walks, love the woods, love sitting outside and smelling them butterflies. So I will go with earth. The element I feel most connected to is earth. If you could have power over one of these things, what would it be? Time, people's minds, the weather, or the birth of new planets? What would I do? Why would anyone want the birth of new planets? Do I get to like decide what the planet is like? Like, do I get to make like a cheeseburger planet? Because that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind living on cheeseburger Mars. I should have cheeseburger like Jupiter. I think the best answer out of these is time, like the ability to pause, go back in time, things like that. I think I'd have a lot of fun with that one. People's minds, I don't want to directly mess with anyone. I'm not evil. I'm just not a good person. So I will go with time. All right. If you could teleport yourself anywhere, where would you go first? High up in the galaxy, a beautiful landscape, to the bottom of the ocean, or I would stay at home. If those are the 3 options, man, I might just stay at home, honestly. I don't want to go to the bottom of the ocean, don't want to go high up in a galaxy. And a beautiful landscape, I mean, I guess I just can pop over there real quick, but like I can just do that in my car. I would stay at home, my friends. What about you? Would you stay at home? All right, here we go. Now, this one is a visual question, so I'll just have to tell you kind of what the pictures are. What pattern catches your eye? The first pattern is a roll of, it looks like 30 toilet papers. The next pattern is like a bunch of Lego bricks. The next one is fish scales. And the one above that are like circles. I would say the Lego bricks catch my eye. I'm a huge Lego fan. So, did I say fanned? What is a fanned? So just seeing that makes me think of all the Lego that I have that I want to play with. All right, next question. Which cat would you rather own? A white cat, black cat, orange cat, and gray cat. Any sane person in the world would like orange cat because orange cat energy is superior to all other cats. Again, I am a kitten foster with the Noonan Coweta Humane Society, Hanley and I, and orange cats are just the best, all right? Black cats are pretty cute, but you can't beat an orange cat. All right, oh, this question is really important. Circles, dots, stripes, or squares? I think I'm going to go with squares. I like a nice, even line square. Squares just, maybe it's because of downtown Noonan. I like them squares. Next question. What Hogwarts house are you in? Based on my, I don't remember what the Pottermore, I think that's what it was called, profile, and when I go to Universal and in Hogwarts Legacy, I am always Gryffindor. I do the test, and they like, boy, you Gryffindor. And I'm like, yeah, I'm about to give you some Gryffindor. Get it? All right, here we go. What form of art are you most likely to practice? Writing, painting, music, sculpting? Well, I think we know that would be writing. Even if I would rather do something else, what I do is write. All right, here we go. Which vintage do you find the most aesthetically pleasing? We got like a tiny little, what do you call the little box TVs? We've got an old motel. We got an old shirt. And then a thing that says, I'd rather focus on the future. Most aesthetically pleasing, I like the shirts. I like old fashion. I think it's super cute. So I'm going to go with the old fashioned. What would you love to eat right now? Ooh, something sweet like brownies, something comforting like pasta, something refined like seafood, or something nourishing like a charcuterie board. I would love a charcuterie board. Anytime I go to like Kroger or Publix or even Walmart and I see they had like those pre-made charcuterie boards are like $18, I almost always buy one. It's just so tempting. I'll eat the whole thing in like one sitting. My kitten has come out from its slumber and is now playing with a dingly little ball. Hey, sweet baby, I'm trying to record. Stop. You can play later. Nope, she's still doing it. I don't know if I can even hear it. We'll keep going. How would someone describe yourself in one word? Sensitive, intelligent, complex, outgoing. It depends on who you ask. I think people very close to me would say sensitive or complex. I think people not as close to me would say outgoing. No one would say intelligent. So I would probably say complex just because I think you would get very different answers from different people. Which of these parts of nature can you identify with? A poppy swaying in the wind, a lonely tree, a leaf in autumn, or a rocky mountain? I feel like a leaf in autumn. I really like oranges and browns. They're some of my favorite colors, and autumn is my favorite season. Finally, which of these is true? Tell the truth. I've ghosted someone. I'm stubborn. I have a temper. I'm moody. I don't really have a temper. Very calm. I'm a calm little baby. Stubborn. I mean, not more than anyone else. I've ghosted someone. I'm sure I have. I'm moody. Very true. I am a moody little moonlight. I'm moody. Here we go. This is what they are saying I am. You're a total air sign. You're just as good at thinking as you are at communicating with others. You love being spontaneous and are probably the person who gets your friends to try things that are outside of their comfort zones. You're adventurous, friendly, and thoughtful. That would be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Well, BuzzFeed, you big dumb. I am none of those things. I was born... All right, kitten, you better quit. I'm trying to talk about when I was born. I was born December 9th, which would make me a Sagittarius, part of the archer, whatever that means. I think that's, what does that mean? Yeah, it just says archer. It says Sagittarius archer. So being born between November 22nd and December 21st makes you a Sagittarius, and that is me, December 9th. I am the archer. That is part of the fire elements, the color blue. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump into officially pulling from the zodiacsign.com, and we're going to read just about what it says, and we're going to talk about if that fits your boy, Noonan's Harold. But first, come here, little baby kitty.
Come here, you want to be on the podcast? You want to be on the podcast, little baby kitty? Come here, let me see you. Oh, sweet baby.
All right, I'm holding a baby kitty now. Can y'all hear it? Make a noise. Say, hi, I'm a baby kitty.
Hello, I'm a baby kitty.
Oh, you want to climb my shoulder? Okay. So there's now a kitten on my shoulder as we continue. The Sagittarius Zodiac sign. Complete Sagittarius horoscope. Okay, here we go. This was last updated April 1st, 2026. Uh-oh, that was April Fool's Day. I wonder if this is a trick. Oh, that kitten is, it's tickling my neck. So, first starters, my color is blue. Okay? My day is Thursday. I don't know what that means. Today is Thursday. I'm recording on a Thursday. And new. My ruler is Jupiter. God, I gotta put this cat down. Okay, sorry. This is not good podcasting to have a visual gag going, but there's a cat climbing on my head. My ruler is Jupiter. Don't get it. I guess because I get more stupider. Am I right, ladies? My greatest compatibility is Gemini and Aries. So that's cool, I guess. I don't know, what is a Gemini and an Aries? Let's look. A Gemini would be May 21st through June 21st, and an Aries would be March 21st through April 19th. Hey, my girlfriend's an Aries then, so maybe they know. Wow. My lucky numbers are 3, 7, 9, 12, and 21. Well, duh, 21's a lucky number because it's... And lucky number 7, isn't 7 the lucky number? So yeah, why do I have two, actual lucky numbers? Here we go. My strengths. Generous, idealistic, great sense of humor. I feel like all those things are true. Good job thus far, Sagittarii. Weaknesses. Promises more than can deliver. Very impatient. Will say anything no matter how undiplomatic. All right, out of those weaknesses, I would say yes to the first, not super bad. I don't promise so much as I planned more than I can physically and mentally deliver. I hit in manic episodes, and I'm diagnosed bipolar, so I'll hit and I'll be like, oh, this, I'm playing this, I'm going to announce this, and this. And I've learned to be better about just saying I'm interested in doing this and planning versus saying this is exactly going to happen at this point. So I don't know if that counts as promises. Very impatient? Not true. I am painfully patient. I used to not be. Then I took like a couple of mission trips to Honduras, and like the big thing that they wanted me to work on and learn from was to be more patient and complain less. And I really wanted to make my dad proud during that trip. And at the end, he told me that I did so much better. And like that's one of my core memories that stick out to me. We'll say anything, no matter how undiplomatic. Yep. I'm getting better about it, but I don't know. It's like I fall in that line of, is the thing I said actually something problematic, or are we just in some ways I think cuss words. We've talked about this a million times on the podcast. The idea of cuss words makes no sense. That somebody somewhere decided for each different language, for each different like region, that certain words, no matter the context, are bad to be said and certain words aren't. Like I could point at this water bottle and say that water bottle is a bitch, and that will make someone uncomfortable. But if I say that water bottle is dumb, it doesn't make you uncomfortable, does not make sense. So I get in my head and I try to talk myself into the fact that the things I'm saying are not undiplomatic, or not that that's a good example of undiplomatic. But I do feel like Harold, the Noonan Time with Harold brand, is sometimes painted in a way that isn't fair to other forms of art. Like you go to a play, and if everybody there has agreed to do a show, and it's full of cussing, and it's full of sexual nature, well, whatever. It's art. You go to a live band, and they're playing, every song is about sex. Every song is about drugs. A couple violent songs about kicking somebody's ass. Whatever. They're, doing whatever. Oh, they're singing their new single, I Had Sex With Her All Day. Who cares? It's live music. Open mic nights. Go to open mic nights. I mean, but somebody making jokes on the internet has to follow different rules. And I don't follow those different rules. But I do appreciate that since my brand of humor is a parody, the fact that some of my inappropriate jokes could be seen as a joke that the real newspaper made, I can understand why that part needs to be a little bit more sensitive. And I've worked on it. I have pulled back in some of my more gross humor. Here's what a Sagittarius likes: freedom, travel, philosophy, and being outdoors. Okay, I like freedom and being outdoors. I don't really like to travel. Philosophy, don't really like philosophy. But I like freedom. I like going outside. Those are cool. But I'm a little different. I'm at travel with an asterisk. Like, I would love to be able to travel, but like with the diabetes and all these medicines I'm on and these routines and doctor's appointments, it's just really hard to travel. So when I go, my head is just in a million other places because I'm like, ugh. Sagittarius dislikes clingy people, being constrained, off-the-wall theories and details. I like clingy people, and I like off-the-wall theories. I don't like being constrained. I hate being constrained. And I don't really like details. I feel like, as an improv guy, let's just start going and see what happens, right? Come on, we don't need to have all the details figured out. Let's just see what happens. Hold on, I'm going to take a sip of my soda. My sodium monoxide or whatever that thing is that all the supermodels put in their hair. I don't even get that joke. All right, next. Here it is. Curious and energetic. Sagittarius are the travelers of the Zodiac. Their open mind and philosophical view motivate them to wander around the world in search of the meaning of life. Sagittarius is an extrovert, always optimistic, full of enthusiasm, and ready for changes. This is a sun sign of individuals who are often preoccupied with mental work, but when they find grounding, they show their ability to transform visions and thoughts into concrete actions and circumstances. Again, I can agree with most of that. Do I feel like I'm wandering the world in search of the meaning of life? No, I don't think that there is a meaning of life. I think whatever, man. Do some silly stuff and make people feel good and have fun, obviously. But I'm very open-minded, very much an extrovert. Pretty much always optimistic unless I'm really low. Full of enthusiasm, yeah. Ready for changes. To a fault do I love changes. I love new. New is great. I love when things hit me with something new. I get bored easily of just like the little things around me. I need to do things, which is not great. Just like Aries and Leo, Sagittarius is a fire sign in search of ways to creatively color the world in their color. All right, kitten, give me that toy. You lose your toy privileges for a little bit, baby. Just a little bit. I'm so sorry. Clear about their intentions and honest by moral imperative, its representatives are often honest to the point of absurd, with no regard for tact and emotions of other people whatsoever. I don't think that's true about me personally, but I mean, the internet says it is. It is important for them to learn how to express their opinions in a tolerant and socially acceptable way. That's probably true. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, the largest planet of the solar system, and the greatest beneficent giant in astrology. Their enthusiasm has no boundaries. And these people possess a great sense of humor accompanied by intense curiosity. Very, very true. I love curiosity that killed the cat. I used to have this quote. It was dumb, but I used to do murder mysteries, right? And I was an actor, and I'd be a detective. And anytime I was a detective, my catchphrase was "Curiosity killed the cat, but it got the dog laid." So anytime I see the word curiosity, I think of that dumb joke I used to say all the time as a detective when pretending to solve murders at a theater. So it's an old Harold quote, I think. I don't know if anyone else has ever said it. Curiosity killed the cat and got the dog laid. In need of absolute freedom, their adventurous spirit takes them from one end of the world to the other, exploring different cultures and philosophies. In need of absolute freedom? Yes. Not absolute. Like, I'm able to, like, commit to people and, like, my friends and family. Yes. But I don't like working for people. I don't like situations where I am expected to sit still and listen. I don't like taking time of my day and putting it to where if I do what I want to do, somebody else is upset with me. I want to choose what I do all the time, which I think is natural for everyone. I think people want that in general. I just am backed by Jupiter, so that's cool. Here we go. Sagittarius, the misunderstood healer, guided by the centaurs and the story of Chiron. Sagittarius, the sign of teaching and healing, always ready to accommodate a friend and help others heal. This is a benefactor who is rarely fully accepted by common people, always in search for great distances where they might find a home. Ooh, I wonder, that might be true. And if it is, that's sad. That's sad. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I found a home. I'm pretty happy where I am right now. Here we go. Love, sex, and compatibility. People born with the sun in Sagittarius are playful, humorous, and they will enjoy having their relationships fun and carefree. They are in search for partners who are equally open-minded to suit their passionate, expressive nature. Always in the mood to try out something new and exciting, they have a hard time recognizing the line between friendships and love, as well as between love and sexual relationships. Compatibility of Sagittarius with other signs depends on change and diversity their partners are willing to let into their relationship. I'm not even gonna touch on if I agree with that stuff or not, because it's just, I don't want to, so I'm not gonna. This is just a dumb podcast. Sagittarius representatives want their partners intellectual, stimulating all of their senses, gentle enough while at the same time firm and specific about their opinions and choices. With the ability to respect almost anyone, always expecting the best in people to come into their life, this is a sign of belief and disappointment, and isn't always in sync with the happiest of love stories. If a Sagittarius holds on too firmly for their mental strength and processes, dismissing tenderness and emotion that should lead the way, they could end up in a series of meaningless relationships with partners who don't even make their heart jump. So again, I don't want to get super into this because I didn't know it was going to say stuff. Not all I'm saying, all this is true or all this is wrong, but I will say I am able to find meaningful relationships with people that make my heart jump. That is just the case. So, do I sometimes make it hard? Am I sometimes a tough person? Yes. But, Zodiac sign, It ain't because of Jupiter. It's because I got more stupider. Oh, that's such a dumb joke. Anyways, friends and family. Friends. This is one of the most positive and fun signs of the zodiac. Popular among friends and creating a wide circle of social contacts. They enjoy the diversity of life and culture, surrounding themselves with very different people and making friends all around the globe. Generous and kind for as long as they keep their life philosophies in check and find enough time to laugh, everyone should be lucky enough to have them as a friend. Now we hitting it now, buddy. We hitting it. I am a friend you need. Family. Inconsistent and movable character of this sign sometimes seems to show a lack of interest for matters of the family. Their views are wide and their set of beliefs even wider, and most of these individuals will see the world as their home. Ooh, that's hidden. That's hidden close to the world. Get it? Like you'd say close to home, but if the world's my home, boom, got it. However, their ruler exalts in the sign of Cancer, the sign of family. And the truth is they are wildly supported by circumstances in their home and have a chance to blossom through intimate connections, parenthood, and finding love and forgiveness for every person in their family tree. A lot of that's very true. I love loving people. And when there is somebody in life that most people are upset with, I used to start out purposely playing the devil's advocate for people. But now it's kind of turned into what I believe is healthy, where I do see the best in people, and I do believe that everybody has something to like if you look for it. So I'm easy. It's easy for me to like you and be glad that you exist. It's hard for me to become really close to you, but I'm pretty happy about everybody being in the world. Career and money. Here we go. When a Sagittarius visualizes something in their mind, they get clear focus and will do everything they can to bring their visions down to earth. Nope. Still, this focus often gets lost and distracted along the way. Actually, yes, they got it. And it is one of their great challenges to follow the arrow they shot until it hits or misses its target. Ooh, that's deep. That's because I'm the archer. I get it now. I'm the archer. That's why I shoot an arrow. Man, that's cool. Look at that. How do they know? Because they made it up. They enjoy a dynamic work atmosphere and teamwork. I don't really like teamwork. Being the one to lift the spirits of others when they are tired or feeling down. Jobs that suit them best are those of a travel agent, photographer, researcher, ambassador, and all freelance activities that give them enough room to organize their own time. I'll take that last one. All them other jobs, you keep those in The Sims. I don't need that. Money can easily become a weak spot of each Sagittarius, simply because overspending becomes their way of life if they set free to all of their cravings. Their perspective is extremely positive, and with awareness that there is so much to see, possess, touch, and smell in this world, they feel it would be a shame to waste any time waiting, saving, or carefully planning their finances. They will take risks they don't have to take, sometimes wearing pink goggles and ending up disappointed, but always deeply believing that the universe will provide them with everything they need. Is wearing pink goggles like a phrase? I've never heard wearing pink goggles. It's like rose-colored glasses? Maybe that's what it means? Okay, well, cool. I'll take it. So as far as that goes, we're not going to talk about my finances because you're not my accountant. Bob Sternoff, that's my accountant. Bob Sternoff of Sternoff Accounting. But yeah, that's a pretty good, it's not really that I'm bad with money because I overspend on things to experience the world. That's not really what it is. But I am bad with money. All right, here's the Sagittarius man, a lover's guide. Again, this part doesn't matter because my lover guide book, I have been guided, but it's interesting to read and learn, so we were going to read this and see what it says about the Sagittarius man. Let's see. Sagittarius men are fun-loving people and eternal travelers, interested in religion, philosophy, and the meaning of everything. Nope. A man born with the sun in this sign loves adventures and sees life as a pool of endless possibilities. He wants to explore each and every one of them to determine where the truth lies and which direction to take. He is honest, courageous, optimistic, and a restless wanderer in constant search for his new destination. To win his heart, one has to share his quest, appreciate his wisdom, and respect his opinions. Now, I will say that the partners I have had that I really connected to, that last line hits real good. Having the person go through some tough stuff with me and feeling like, because I don't think I'm smart, right? Like I don't think I'm smart, whether it be book smarts or wisdom smart. So to have my wisdom appreciated and my opinions respected, that goes a long, long way. I know no matter who I talk to that we can laugh. And I know that we can carry on a conversation and there won't be a lull. And I know we can create together something. Because if I find someone who's willing to try to be creative, we're going to make it work. I know all those things. But to find somebody who see me on my bad days, appreciate the more serious parts of me, all that's a good thing. So, but also I think, isn't that true for everyone? To win his heart, one has to share his quest, appreciate his wisdom, and respect his opinions. Like, who doesn't want those things? I guess it's specifically saying to win it. Like, those would be ways to win my heart. Those and that booty, that's up there. I don't see nothing about that booty. On the downside, the Sagittarius man can be careless, impatient, tactless, and superficial. In need of ultimate freedom, he will not tolerate clingy partners who can't find the strength for independence and initiative. To hold on to this man, one has to learn well when to hold on and when to let go. A Sagittarius man is a logical thinker and an enthusiastic listener who will listen carefully to everything you have to say before processing the information and coming to his own conclusions. Well, my friends, that is the last thing it has to say about the Sagittarius in your life. And that Sagittarius in your life is me. Now, this is just a first of we are going to do on this topic. We will do an interview with somebody who actually is like real into this stuff and really knows what all of it means. Because what I am telling you right now, this is the first time in my entire life I have sat down and read what my zodiac sign means. I'm sure I've seen it like pop up somewhere and seen like a sentence. I have never read paragraphs to learn anything about it. So that's a first. So there's more to explore, more to learn. I will say I am impressed by how much that they wrote that I do feel like I can connect to. But since I haven't read any of the others, I would be interested to find out if they're all kind of worded in a way where you find something that you can connect to. Like they're all worded in a way where it convinces you, oh yeah, that's what you were looking to read and now you read it. Or if they're very vastly different. So I don't know. Do I know if there's anything to be said to any of this? Can your personality be built off of a month of your birth? I would say no. But I would also say no to if I post photos of myself with a mustache and I write articles about like Godzilla coming into Noonan, will anybody believe it? And the answer to that has been yes. So you never know in this world what will be believed and what will not be believed. But for now, it's time for me to leave. Because I'm going to go to Kroger and I'm going to buy a charcuterie board. And I'm going to eat that sucker. If you need me, you know where to find me. Noonan Time with Harold. On everything. Again, would love a Zazzle artist who can keep all the proceeds. I should make a Facebook post about that. I'll put that on my to-do list. But otherwise, I love you forever. And I'll see ya next week. Sweet babies.